Have you ever stopped to wonder, where did humans really come from? It's a question that's been asked since time immemorial, a question that has sparked countless theories and debates. Some theories, like evolution, have scientific backing. Others, like creationism, are rooted in religious beliefs. But there's a third category, one that's often overlooked yet equally intriguing: the theories that suggest our origins might be extraterrestrial. Enter the Anunnaki, a name that's been whispered in hushed tones among conspiracy theorists and history enthusiasts alike. The Anunnaki, a term that translates to those of royal blood or princely offspring from ancient Sumerian texts, is often associated with a group of deities or, in some circles, otherworldly beings who may have had a hand in our creation. It's a concept as fascinating as it is perplexing. So who or what exactly are the Anunnaki, and what role did they play in our history? The Anunnaki first appear in the earliest written records from ancient Sumeria. The cradle of civilization, ancient Sumeria, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, was home to a complex society where vast knowledge was inscribed on clay tablets. Among these cuneiform inscriptions, we find our first mentions of the Anunnaki, a pantheon of deities whose name translates to those of royal blood, or those from heaven to earth came. The Sumerians had a rich mythological tapestry, and the Anunnaki were woven into the very fabric of their creation stories. They were not just ordinary gods, they were the supreme council, the decision-makers. They were the architects of life, the entities that gave shape to the world and breathed life into humanity. According to the Sumerians, the Anunnaki were responsible for the creation of mankind. Why? The text suggests that the lower gods, the Igigi, were rebelling against their laborious tasks, prompting the Anunnaki to create humans as a replacement workforce. The Anunnaki are often depicted as having human-like forms, but possessing extraordinary wisdom, strength, and lifespan. They were the intermediaries between the cosmos and the earthly realm, and the Sumerians would offer prayers and sacrifices in their honor, hoping to gain their favor. But the influence of the Anunnaki didn't stop at the boundaries of Sumeria. The echoes of their stories can be heard in other ancient cultures. The Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians, for example, incorporated the Anunnaki into their own pantheons, albeit with slight variations and different names. The Anunnaki's role as creators and shapers of human destiny was a belief that resonated across these civilizations, cementing their place in some of the oldest stories ever told. They were not merely characters in a myth. They were the architects of life, the weavers of destiny, the divine beings that shaped the world as the ancients knew it. As civilizations rose and fell, the legend of the Anunnaki traveled across continents. The belief in these heavenly beings, said to have descended from the sky, was not confined to the ancient Sumerians. It was a contagion of thought that spread far and wide, touching the hearts and minds of several ancient civilizations. The Babylonians, for instance, embraced this belief with open arms. They expanded on the Sumerian myths, adding their own interpretations and nuances. For them, the Anunnaki were not just celestial visitors, but divine rulers, architects of humanity, and the bearers of civilization. They were seen as the puppet masters, the unseen hands that guided the course of human history. The Assyrians, another ancient civilization that made its mark on the historical landscape, also fell under the influence of the Anunnaki belief. They too depicted the Anunnaki as powerful beings involved in the creation of humanity. In their artistic representations, these celestial beings were often shown as winged figures offering guidance, wisdom, and protection. The belief in the Anunnaki was like a river, its waters flowing, merging, and diverging, carrying the seeds of mythology to different lands and cultures. The Egyptians, the Greeks, the Persians, all had their versions of these cosmic beings, each iteration echoing the influence of the original Sumerian belief. It's fascinating to see how the Anunnaki, originating from the Fertile Crescent of Mesopotamia, became a common thread in the tapestry of ancient civilizations. Like a beacon, their legend illuminated the minds of our ancestors, shaping their understanding of life, creation, and the divine. The spread of the Anunnaki belief is a testament to the power of myth and the human fascination with the unknown. It shows us how stories can transcend borders, survive the test of time, and become an integral part of our collective consciousness. From Sumeria to Babylon, the Anunnaki remained consistent figures of creation. But how did these ancient myths influence later religious beliefs? As we delve deeper into history, we'll find that the ripples created by the Anunnaki continue to resonate, influencing the birth of major world religions. But that is a story for another scene. The threads of Anunnaki mythology can be found woven into the fabric of many major world religions. If we look closely, we can see potential influences of this ancient Sumerian belief system on the Abrahamic religions, which include Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Let's delve into the creation stories. The Sumerians believed that the Anunnaki, beings from the heavens, intervened in the evolution of mankind. They supposedly gifted humans with knowledge, culture, and civilization, much like Prometheus bringing fire to the mortals in Greek mythology. Now consider the book of Genesis in the Bible, where God creates Adam and Eve, endowing them with knowledge and free will. The Quran, too, narrates the creation of the first man, Adam, by a divine entity. There are clear parallels here. The concept of a higher power imparting wisdom and sparking the development of humanity is a recurring theme in these religious texts. But it doesn't stop there. The Anunnaki were known to the Sumerians as judges and lawgivers, roles that were later attributed to figures like Moses in the Bible and Muhammad in the Quran. The Ten Commandments and the Sharia law could be seen as echoes of the codes of conduct established by the Anunnaki, reflecting the same desire for order and morality. Moreover, the Anunnaki were not singular entities. They were a pantheon, much like the angels and archangels in Christianity or the jinn in Islam. These spiritual beings, while not gods themselves, are part of the divine hierarchy, acting as intermediaries between the divine and the human realms. Of course, these are all interpretations. The connections between the Anunnaki and Abrahamic religions are speculative and rely heavily on interpretation and extrapolation. However, they do provide an intriguing lens through which to view our religious history, offering a fresh perspective on familiar narratives. The echoes of the Anunnaki can be heard in the scriptures of religions practiced by billions of people today. But what does modern science say about these ancient beings? In the face of modern scientific understanding, the Anunnaki take on a whole new dimension. Enter Zecharia Sitchin, a man who carved out a niche for himself in the late 20th century with his radical reinterpretation of ancient Sumerian texts. Sitchin's theories were nothing short of audacious. He proposed that the Anunnaki were not gods or mythical beings, but extraterrestrial visitors from a distant planet called Nibiru, part of our own solar system. Sitchin went even further, suggesting that these alien beings were the creators of the human race. According to him, the Anunnaki genetically engineered Homo sapiens as a labor force, infusing their own DNA into that of our primitive ancestors. This, he claimed, was the origin of humanity, the missing link that science had been searching for. These theories, while captivating, have not escaped criticism. Many have argued that Sitchin's interpretations of the Sumerian texts are flawed, that he took liberties with translations to fit his narrative. Others have pointed out the lack of credible scientific evidence to support his claims. Sitchin's proponents argue that evidence exists, just not in forms we are accustomed to. They point to the remarkable advancements of the Sumerian civilization, their intricate legal systems, their complex understanding of astronomy, as evidence of extraterrestrial influence. The Anunnaki, in the light of these theories, become a bridge between the realms of science and mythology, a testament to humanity's enduring quest to understand our origins. Are they gods, mythical beings, extraterrestrial visitors, or simply figments of ancient imaginations? The answer remains elusive. Perhaps the truth of the Anunnaki lies somewhere in between these interpretations, a blend of history, myth, and speculation. One thing is for certain, though. The Anunnaki, whatever their true nature, have left an indelible mark on the tapestry of human history. While the Anunnaki's true nature remains a topic of debate, their impact on human history is undeniable. The Anunnaki, ancient deities or alien creators, have left a lasting imprint on humanity. Their presence in ancient texts is undeniable. They've been etched in stone, immortalized in ink, and passed down through generations as pivotal characters in humanity's oldest stories. Their belief systems spread widely, influencing cultures and societies across the globe. The Anunnaki's influence is also evident in religious history. They served as catalysts and characters in many foundational myths and legends, providing explanations for the unexplainable in the world around us. As we moved into the modern age, interpretations of the Anunnaki have evolved. Some see them as metaphors, while others perceive them as literal alien progenitors. These varied perspectives, whether they lean towards the divine or the extraterrestrial, all contribute to the rich tapestry of our collective human narrative. Whether you believe in their divine or extraterrestrial origins, the Anunnaki continue to provoke thought and spark curiosity about our own beginnings.